as we've been reporting, recent government funding cuts are impacting local nonprofits.
Casey Castillo, the CEO of the Jacobs and Cushman San Diego Food Bank, is joining us now with ways that you can help. We're hearing about so many cuts right now. How is it impacting you guys?
Yeah, we're disappointed, especially disappointed for those that we serve. We've been worried for about a month, and it became a reality on Friday where we received confirmation that more than 25 of our food deliveries over the next 4 months have been canceled. And that's not just here in San Diego County, that's across the country. Those 25 truckloads means about 2 million pounds of food and 1.5 million meals.
Oh wow, that's
big deal.
That is a big deal. You know, how do you navigate through this, or how are you able to plan? I mean, it seems every year there's always some sort of a challenge, right? But what's your take on, you know, where do you go from here?
So yes, it is a challenge. I think we're built for these challenges. This particular program, we have 2 federal programs of the 12 programs that we administer countywide. This particular program is called our Emergency Food Assistance Program. It's for low-income families or income qualifying families. We're talking about seniors living on a fixed income, military, so veterans and active military, working poor families, those with disabilities. This program allows us to feed over 90,000 people per month with nutritious food. The particular food that was just canceled, we're talking about frozen proteins like meat, eggs, cheese, things that our working families need and desire. So yeah, this is going to mean these families receive less food on a monthly basis, or families don't get the food.
Every time we talk about the food insecurities in San Diego, it's really hard to wrap your mind around how many people are food insecure here in San Diego.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing. Over 800,000 people are considered food insecure throughout the county. We're reaching about half of them, a little over 400,000 per month. As I mentioned, we have 2 federal programs. One is our Senior Food Box program. The other impacted program here is our Emergency Food Assistance Program. Between those 2 allows us to reach a quarter of the 400,000 people that we serve.
So what are you going to do? What are these people? What are these families?
Well, as I mentioned before, we're built for this. We've faced challenges. This community has faced challenges. So we're ready to respond. I mean, we've responded to the Great Recession, to wildfires, to the pandemic, to flooding last year. One of the things that I think our board deserves kudos for is that we built over the year a reserve for emergency food purchases. So during the flooding last year, we were able to respond, reach 6,000 people, continue to feed them for several months while they were displaced in hotels. During the pandemic, with that emergency fund, we were able to put millions of dollars into purchases before we saw the supply chain disruptions coming. So we're prepared now with that emergency fund to purchase food to make up for those 2 million pounds and those 1.5 million meals. On the short term, we can do that so there's no disruption to this particular program. But one of the reasons I'm on today with you is to make sure that the community is aware of this. One way we've been able, or a large part in our responding, is the community right there with us and supporting those efforts. In the short term, we're going to really look at food drives, physical or virtual, and then finding other ways to be creative and source food.
Yeah.
But we will respond, and that's the other thing I want to ensure those that we serve. There will be no disruption to the program in the short term, and we're going to find strategies in the long term to meet that need.
I mean, the food distributions will still happen, but it's just going to be the 25 deliveries that you're saying.
Food deliveries will
what's going to change.
Yeah, food deliveries will continue. Again, we'll reach those 90,000 people each month. We have 74 nonprofit partners that help us distribute that food. So those distributions will occur. We're going to replace that 2 million pounds, different ways of doing that to make sure our families get what they need and we reach all the families that need it.
I guess this is a time where people can, if they're able to really step in. And we've seen it time and time again where San Diegans are so generous and they can either donate these food items or donate monetarily. But even times for them are tough, Casey.
Times are tough for everyone. Yep. Again, inflation, especially food inflation, still a problem. High cost of living here in San Diego, still a problem. Yeah, and you're absolutely right. San Diego, this community is amazing. visits from other food banks across the country. They all talk about how collaborative and amazing San Diego is. And so, yeah, this community steps up. We try to make it really easy at the San Diego Food Bank for you to be engaged and participate. So visit our website, sandiegofoodbank.org. You can volunteer, give monetarily, host food drives. You can do a lot. You can help us advocate, which is something else we're doing right now.
All right, Casey Castillo, we appreciate your time. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll get some information up on our website. If you're watching and you'd like to find ways to help, foxeyesandiego.com. Click the Scene On tab. We'll be right back.